tall, fist like fire ready to brawl. Saria's eyes pierce through the dark haze. No one stopping her, unblinking gaze. Silton's smirk is wiped off clean. Regret floods him like a bad dream. Iron fists meet the twisted grin. Saria's justice now shall begin. Saria don't play no feeble games. Her wrath strikes down like roaring flames. Evil quivers in her staunch might. She knocks them down like it's her right. Of Rhine's cold stone, whispers of her power are widely known. Enemies tremble at her fierce roar. Saria's punch evens the score. She's a beacon in the darkest night. Her fury makes her foes take flight. In Rhine's shadow, heroes are born. Saria's tales like legends war. Saria don't play no feeble games. Her wrath strikes down like roaring flames. Evil quivers in her staunch might. She knocks them down like it's her right. She's a beacon in the darkest night. Her fury makes her foes take flight. In Rhine's shadow, heroes are born. Saria's tales like legends war. Saria don't play no feeble games. Her wrath strikes down like roaring flames. Evil quivers in her staunch might. She knocks them down like it's her right.
Once the king, now just a pawn on the board where rules are drawn. Builds that rule the realm are gone, swallowed by the new dawn. Power shifts in unseen waves. A legacy now finds its graves. They sold us dreams in a rave of pixels on our bright displays. Who wants to play with ghosts of past when the future moves so very fast? We left the old game in the dust. New shiny stuff is all we trust. Old champions lost their glow, caught in history's undertow. New power shakes the flow, leaving us with nowhere to go. Base path patch notes came like a storm. Baseline miles
In a city full of shadows, not a soul can tell. There's a girl named Red spinning her own secret spell. Her eyes like fire, her heart on a quest. Searching for fluffy tales, 'cause that's what she loves best. She moves like lightning on a midnight spree, swift on her feet with a heart set free. Silent whispers follow whenever she's near. Fluffy tales are her prize, it's crystal clear. Ooh. Red chasing dreams in the night. Fluffy tales are her delight. No fear, no doubt, she's out for the thrill. Red, the sweep assassin with an unstoppable will. She sneaks through alleyways, shadows in her wake. Her fingers gentle, never making a mistake. Soft whispers echo where her footsteps have tread. In the world of fluffy tales, she's like years ahead. In the moon's embrace, her secret life unfolds. With every fluffy tale, her destiny molds. A dance in the dark, no one knows her name. But Red's on a mission, her heart's aflame. Red chasing dreams in the night. Fluffy tales are her delight. No fear, no doubt, she's out for the thrill. Red, the sweep assassin with an unstoppable will. Oh, red chasing dreams in the night. Oh, fluffy tales are her delight. No fear, no doubt, she's out for the thrill. Red, the sweep assassin with an unstoppable will. She sneaks through alleyways, shadows in her wake. Her fingers gentle, never making a mistake. Soft whispers echo where her footsteps have tread. In the world of fluffy tales, she's light years ahead. In the moon's embrace, her secret life unfolds. With every fluffy tale, her destiny molds. A dance in the dark, no one knows her name. But Red's on a mission, her heart's aflame. Red chasing dreams in the night. Fluffy tales are her delight. No fear, no doubt, she's out for the thrill. Red, the sweep assassin with an unstoppable will. Oh, red chasing dreams in the night. Oh, fluffy tales are her delight. No fear, no doubt, she's out for the thrill. Red, the sweep assassin with an unstoppable will.
All right, I am moving the microphone to a more ideal location. I was definitely had it a little too far away last time. It was pretty obvious. I do not have a fancy mic stand yet. And I kind of wanted to see what I could get away with and what I couldn't. I had the microphone like to where I guess where my left hand would be if I were to put it like next to my keyboard. And that was like too far away. And so I was getting too much echo, too much wall. Like it sounded like the microphone was picking up everything that was reflected off of the walls rather than me. I have not tried messing with software or whatnot to try and perfect the sound. I'm still working on this like piece by piece, but I think that about 90% of the quality gain is just from the distance of the microphone. And I'm probably going to need to get a somewhat nice microphone stand, like, you know, the arm linkage type, just so that I can position it in a way that's like unobtrusive. This is slightly obtrusive, but I can bear with it. And for narrating a video, it wouldn't be that bad. For playing a game live for Arknights, it's kind of tolerable. For other stuff, it would be maybe problematic. Well, if I was playing something competitive in PvP, which I haven't done in quite a long while, to be quite honest. But that was once upon a time. I was pretty serious with PvP and had considered streaming it, but that was in my World of Warships days. And I don't know. I don't think there's ever going to be a PvP game that appeals to me at my current age that will bring me back into the scene. But never say never. Anyways, let us get into the game.
Arknights.
I did have a little bit of issues. When I first started the stream, I was dropping over 50% of the frames. Like it looked like like I was being attacked, but I don't think that was it. I think it was some kind of sync issue. Let me check my volumes here. I will turn the music on for this. And yeah, I thought I had done some base management this morning, but now I'm wondering if I like missed a step because I have a ton of people that I needed to put in here, and I put them in several hours ago, and I have even more on the back burner. It's insane. So my base is a little bit in shambles, but I do have Thorns currently cooking on his last mastery for S3. I don't know if I'm going to bother with S2 or not, because S2 is... It's his most general purpose skill, but I'm trying to imagine when am I going to use Thorns for general purpose? Like, when am I going to need him to do, like, healing and damage and that's it? Because the cycle time on this is, like, much better than this. This has awful, like, just dog shit cycle time. And I was really hoping that Masteries would improve the cycle. I think this is the classic 33% uptime. Now, one good thing with this skill is that while it is up, the skill is recharging. So that makes it a little less painful. But you're basically talking right now, it's 22 seconds up for 42 seconds down, which is like Silver Ash levels of uptime. Or like year 1 operator skill 3 up times. So it's not like it's the worst thing ever, but considering that this isn't a DPS skill, it's a like, let me show you his biggest competition here, which is I think Thorns is replacing Praminix functionally in the game. I can't say in entirety, but it's Praminix still does more debuffs, but the primary ones Thorns does stronger res. I don't know if he does stronger defense, but defense debuffing is not as important as res debuffing is the reason to build Praminix. And she does 30%. So Thorns at his weakest does more than this. But her cycle is 40 seconds and 25. So it's not too different from Thorns in practice. But the reason why I bring it up is because typically when you're going to want to use the debuffing is for bosses. It's kind of silly and pointless for the vast majority of trash mobs, unless there's some special scenario, like maybe those shield guys in chapter 14, because they didn't have damage reduction. Damage reduction debuffing does not work on damage reduction. It only works on traditional mitigation factors, defense and res, and things like that, and amplifying damage and stuff like that. But damage, the reason why I hate damage reduction so much is damage reduction overrides all of that. All types of damage except for true damage. True damage is the only counter at the moment for damage reduction, and I hate that because true damage is a relatively premium feature. No 4 stars deal it. Only Cliffheart is a 5-star deals it, and Amia. And yeah, you could say everyone gets Amia and Cliffheart, but Cliffheart's true damage is a joke in its total quantity. You need like major stall strats for that to add up. Amia's is serious, but you have to redeploy her every time. Or you can only use it once, ever. And most bosses have 2 phases. And so coming back to what debuffers are for and why cycle time matters and whatnot, is you really kind of want that cycle time to match up with when you're bursting down an enemy. And the whole point of the debuffer is that, you know, instead of taking a few minutes to kill an enemy, you're taking a few seconds. But you still need enough uptime for however much burst you're dealing. So 25 seconds is actually a good amount. If the skill's too long, you run into issues where the boss goes down, your skill's still cooking. By the time the boss comes back, your skill's on downtime for like way too long. And you cannot debuff the second phase like at all. And so there is this whole thing about are you even able to debuff both phases. Like Patriot has a really long downtime between the phases. Most bosses don't. And so with the vast majority of bosses, you're only really picking, I guess, one phase anyways. So I'm kind of having this debate in my head as we're speaking. I didn't have like a script planned out or anything, but the cycle time does highly depend on if you're going to be able to use it for both phases or if you're going to have to pick one or the other. And so a debuff that runs on a relatively short cycle, like I think the best example for a debuff for a short cycle is Chimère, because it's 15 seconds, which is short uptime, but it's also 15 seconds between when it comes back up again. So this is a good example. Like there's a damn good chance with Chimère's debuffing that even with bosses that don't have the long revitalization phase that Patriot has, you would still be able to use like her debuffs on both phases, for example. So cycle time is an important thing to consider with debuffers, only because the vast majority of bosses have two phases. And if it's a long cycle time, then it really limits how that interaction is going to work. And so that is my biggest criticism with Praminix. It is also my biggest criticism with Thorny Thorns here. And again, as it stands right now, this is comparable to Praminix's cycle. I actually would have to do the math on the ratio to see whose ratio is better. And when this is fully mastered, it'll probably be ever so slightly better. Because since this is like a summon style skill, as soon as you use it, it starts charging while the skill is cooking for its uptime. So whatever this number is its cycle time, no matter what. This just determines its uptime ratio. So I really like when masteries lower this number. And so far that hasn't happened, which makes me a little sad. I was really hoping that this would get below 60 seconds, but I was hoping for too much. Debuff wise though, like I said, right off the bat, I'm getting more than Praminix on the res. And that means that Thorns is going to be the absolute pinnacle of something you can pair with, say, Viviana. The issue that I'm spotting, though, is for operators with the lowest block, Viviana, that could be Viviana, but I really like, this is obviously designed to preference ranged operators. I'm curious how this distribution is going to work. But with 4, I'm thinking you're going to have enemies that are in the right range. I also need to see how big this is. So I really want to test this. I was hoping the skill would be done. I was so tired on the last stream that even though I had built all this stuff to start the skill, I didn't. So I didn't actually get to start the skill to the next morning. So I should have been done by today, but I'm not done by today because I get dumb when I'm tired. I'm dumb in the morning when I wake up, and I'm dumb when I get tired at night. My IQ is only good for maybe half of the day, and the rest of the time I'm retarded. So now you all know my secret and my hidden weaknesses. Anyways, that is a lot of yapping about just what's on the top of my mind. Whatever. That's the point of this stream. Anyways, it is just to play the game that I currently put the most amount of time into, and just kind of have a record on the internet that I can use to platform my own ideas and push my own agenda, even if that's just to a tiny audience. That's cool, because this is just a hobby of mine. If I was really grinding for this, I would do this a lot more often. And part of the reason why I don't, it's not because I enjoy the concept of a stream. but it is more effort than just sitting on my reclining chair with freaking YouTube on the TV or whatever while I'm playing the game, and just, you know, in chill mode and drinking coffee or Red Bull or whatever caffeinated beverage. Just having a grand old time or catching up on anime. So it does, I do have to put in concerted effort to set this up, and that's why I don't stream more often. And also it's the complete lack of me caring about any revenue from this. But who knows, in a world in the future where jobs pretty much don't exist, you know, I might adopt the grind. We'll see. If I retire, there's a good chance that I would try to supplement my income with streaming. But I just wouldn't want to rely on it. I'm a firm believer, and a lot of, you know, pros out there seem to agree with this, of having, you know, not being reliant on something like YouTube or Twitch or Kick or whatever for your sole source of income. And I mean, I'll always have investing, so there's that too. I wish, part of me wishes that I would branch out more and do some stuff. I had originally considered doing some other topics besides gaming on this. Like, I'm really passionate about investing, but if I like talked about it in any way, I have no idea if you know, how many people would even care about that. And YouTube hates if you don't have like separate channels for every topic. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to have like 18 different channels. That'd be dumb. I'm just going to have the one, and I don't really care how the algorithm treats me, because I am not monetized anyways. Am I going to take... No, we'll wait, because I don't know if I'm going to use that much sanity yet. I might later tonight for just farming, but I don't think I have that many stages left. We don't want that. Yeah, this is probably fine.
I, Viviana Droste, shall wield candle and blade to win victories in your
It's
name.
weird. I was, you know, normally I was hoping on being able to get Thorns high enough to like put him in the squad while I was doing these stages. Maybe I'll just do it for EX, I don't know. But I don't think I'm going to end up using Thorns in his own event. I didn't have enough stuff pre-farmed. I mean, it's... I guess you could say, you know, given my squads generally being plenty powerful, I could do it. But he's the operator that requires me to build around him, just like Viviana, and I do want to pair them up. But I still need to finish Viviana's module. I need to finish his mastery. And then I really have to, like, test things out so that I know how to use them. Otherwise, I don't know. I feel like if I'm figuring out stages, it's not the best mechanism for also figuring out ops until I've already done some testing in a controlled environment. I don't know, maybe that's a dumb thing to think, like, I don't know, but I definitely, it feels that way to me. I've been playing this game for a long time.
Don't keep me waiting.
That's classic Lapland. I have to remember what the heck I was doing.
We saw nothing. Moving to designated location.
Tanti negoziati. E poi finiamo per lasciar parlare le nostre lame.
Is that gonna be a problem?
Ottima decisione. Letale è la danza della dama elegante. Di rosso si tinge il fiore sottostante.
Holy shit, they do way more damage than I was expecting. What is this? What is all of this damage? These are trash mobs.
I wasn't flesh and bone bear weeds. Ma
Perché tanta fretta? La strada per l'inferno è già abbastanza trafficata.
Where's her range? I mean, I could actually go out to like there. I kind of wish I had Lapland up here, but I needed to deploy things. Well, I had limitations. I don't know if she'll be able to kill that. She'll be able to kill that.
Odio e rancore son da scartare, salvo in un'esplosione di rosso autunnale.
I have no idea what this person does. I guess we'll find out how tanky they are. Oh, damn. They just attack like crazy fast.
Tantine perlomeno prova a scalfirmi il suo crapito. Sei in grado?
Got it. Got it. Give me a reason to let you go. Don't have one?
Yeah. I kind of saw that coming. I was like, they seem to have some sort of like burst mode.
I'm listening.
Just want to kill this thing.
Don't. Nothing can make the scent of despair. I know what to do. Don't order me around.
No one follow me into the shadows.
They're going to be invincible for a while. I was hoping just to bait as much of the attack as possible while they were invincible. That at least was the concept. And again, I was expecting to bait more than kill.
I'm listening.
And now she's going to hopefully bait a bit. Would have been nice if what's-her-face stayed alive. They're gonna go up here.
This is my last suggestion.
Letale la danza della dama elegante.
Lass weiße Rosen. Schlichte Kleingeister. Volcanic soot contains massive lithium particles.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
I got this. Focus elsewhere.
Pass on your last words.
No. No one meet me. Meet your death.
Oh, come on. An annoying bitch. So this was definitely the 5-star that was released. This enemy was very much designed for the welfare to be useful, because the delaying damage for 5 seconds, like spreading out a certain percentage over 5 seconds, that is to deal with burst, like Clip Cliff, Patriots, Part 1, and then that attack, which just seems to be similar to Irene's, because it seemed to have like an AoE to it, and it's just like a stacked like 5-4 attack, something like that, in quick succession. Each individual attack does however much damage. Like, it's probably not crazy, but when you put it all together, it's a lot of damage unless you have a lot of defense and units clustered up or whatnot. Not everyone's gonna have that defense. So going into a stage completely blind, you just don't really know at all what you're gonna deal with. But this definitely seems like a Cliff-like enemy. So Jessica Alter's probably pretty strong against him. And any ability that allows you to delay the damage that you take. So Gaviel Alter and that 5-star medic, their abilities definitely help. Anything that helps you spread a burst over time or absorb it better. Actually, in theory, maybe even Abjurs would have been okay there. Well, not very many Abjurs, but anyone to just let you survive the burst. And because the other thing you could do is bait the attack with an operator that's like not near your other operators. I didn't really get to see how big the AoEs were, but it seemed to be, it's probably like a plus shape. It didn't feel like a huge AoE, but it was big enough to be annoying. And typically the most common AoE is a plus shape, but it could have been eight squares, which is the next size up, if you will. Performs range attacks when unblocked, dealing physical damage to the target and all allied units within the 8 surrounding tiles. So it's not plus shaped, it's a box. Fires within range 10 times. Okay, so it's 10 attacks and not 4 or 5. Corrosion damage. So that adds like a burst on top of it. Lowest total corrosion damage. I mean, that does let you bait the attack with like a gravel, for instance, or in my case, Texas. And I don't care about these too much. I would care about these if I was going to optimize this run, and it'll matter a lot in EX when they turbocharge all of this. But yeah, this is basically, it's basically Irene. Irene with elemental damage. It's increased movement speed. I might still end up reading this stuff, even though I said I wasn't going to. Immunity to the effects of Salt Flat. Salt Flat? What the hell is Salt Flat? Oh, the thing where the enemies just like get swept away. Takes far less physical and arts damage when in the surrounding 8 tiles around one of the cannons. So they get damage reduction when they're around a cannon. Inquisition of Sin buffs a cannon. Attack range increasing its splash area for a period of time. I mean, whatever. I say whatever, but I'm sure in the EX stage this is going to be like a bitch and a half. They're going to do some shenanigans with this that's annoying. First time HP drops to 0, jumps to a fixed spot, and enters second form. A fixed spot? Oh, like the boss from Hauling Day, how he always goes to the same square when you beat him. And he summons a new cannon. Oh, wait, this is first form. So this is like spawning in. Those cannons are him summoning from spawning in. And then does he do that again? Immune to stun the entire time in his second form? Immune to sleep. Man, this used to be like not a thing. There used to be no such thing as immunity to sleep, but they've added in so many statuses that now they like cycle them. And it was really annoying because they release Ash, then they make every enemy in the freaking game immune to stun, which is a real bitch move to do in my opinion. And it really pissed me off that they would just say, oh, we have this mechanic, but we're not going to let you use it on anything that you would actually want to use it for. And thank God they got rid of just stun immunity for everything. But they started making, like sleep immunity and stuff like that. That just used to never be a thing. So now they have like whatever random things that enemies will have as what they consider to be weaknesses and immunities. But I kind of wish this was consistent, like immune to stun, but in one of the forms. I don't know how to feel about that. Movement speed, attack speed. Another enemy appears, but loses HP per second for a period of time. When another enemy appears? So just like any enemy? At any range? So like in theory, if you took down their first form at that starting area and just never fought them again, would they kill themselves? And their second form is all the other enemies spawn? Like, I don't know. When not blocked, takes significantly reduced physical and arts damage. So I really want you to block them. I was kind of not doing it that way. I was correct, though, to snipe the cannons in the very beginning. Heart-piercing salvation. Whenever a certain amount of HP is lost, passes through the unit, blocking him, dealing physical damage to units along the path. So like the Crown Slayer thing, this is pretty common on bosses in this style, like Phantom. Does W do that? I don't remember if W does that or not, but Crown Slayer does it. Phantom does it. Does Degenbacher? Degenbacher has a mechanic that's similar, not exactly this. But I feel like there's a decent number. The Tree Scar guy, whatever his face is, in IS 4. Alright. Well, we one-shotted the boss, even if it's on normal difficulty, and with a reasonably powerful squad. I still just bring kind of whatever I want. I don't generally try to maximize the meta-ness of my squads. I just like to use 6 stars. I like the versatility. I like their kits. I like the characters more. And I don't value difficulty for difficulty's sake. I don't know. I think you can be good at this game without being a tryhard. I think that is a thing that can exist. I was going to do these for sure. And I think these are both reruns. Now, I have the medal for this. And I'm pretty sure that when I did these, I wonder if I just completely skipped this event in its entirety. But I recognize this. I have no idea why I don't have the medal, because I thought that since these are really old, I was sure this was still from the era when I was still playing the hard modes and everything and clearing everything and getting the secret medal and the hard mode medal. And at a certain point, I'm like, the hard mode medal is bullshit and a waste of time. And that was because I was literally replaying. It would only be the boss stage where it would be relevant, but it's like you're playing the boss with the same operators, using the same strategy over and over again, waiting to get RNG that allows you to clear it with when you get whatever their random bullshit debuffs are that they give you for playing on the hard mode. And I was just like, this is just a waste of time. Like this, there's no additional skill in doing this. It's just additional tedium. And so I was like, fuck it. I'm never doing a hard mode again. There's no reward for doing it besides bragging rights. And I don't respect anyone that's bragging about how good they are because they did the hard modes. So I did them, the OG ones, even when they had the extra floors in here, the sort of quote unquote pre-nerf version. And at a certain point, I just got fed up with it. And like I said, for me, it's difficulty only feels good when it feels like it's a measure of skill and not a measure of your ability to put up with and be patient with bullshit. So I don't know, maybe if I was younger, I would be more tolerant of that. Whenever I bring this up, the community is massively negative on it and says that I suck as a player and just need to get good. And I'm like, you guys are freaking big ass dick eaters that are like, you think it's good because you know nothing else. But whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, I will. I remember these kind of. But we will do them fresh. And, oh, wait. I need to see what the hell are my even objectives. Because what I really need is stuff to be able to finish Viviana's module. I really want to finish that off. And I'm completely out of data blocks. There were some other modules I wanted to do as well. But yeah, there's more modules than data blocks. Guards. Ugh. I don't... In rapid response. Concert Zone Station? What is that? Oh, we'll figure it out. Lightweight rangefinder, Baron Beast Concert Hall. Under construction. Any security. Any security. Rhine. Oh my god. So they're gonna make me use all of them, but which ones are tied? These are the ones that are area specific? Those are the ones I'll probably knock out first. So it was... No. Exclusive under construction to Soul's Plate. That's this one, right? I don't know. Support. I mean, it's kind of pointless for me to do this when I have everything. The only other, like this, it's like the only two ops I don't have. I was just curious. I wonder how many supporters Triple S lets you take. Is it just one? Or is it like 3 because your squad is so much bigger? I do not know. We will do... that for now. And guard-wise, we don't want to take very many guards because we want to be able to recruit a bunch of them. And we want to take guards who are actually good in Triple S, which in my opinion is not very many. Some of them are like, okay, like Hodor's okay, but like NTR because of true damage, Viviana because arts, Lapland because arts. You really want to like preference arts damage, in my experience in Triple S. We'll just take those two for now. Defenders. Actually, Juggernauts are pretty good in Triple S just because you can get away with not running a healer at all, oftentimes, if you bring them. And since these are reruns, I'm pretty sure in all of the reruns, there's nothing that hits ranged units. Don't quote me on that, but I remember in the old ones, there was literally nothing that hit ranged units. Maybe I'll bring a Mudrock and Jessica. Do a Typhon. And... yeah, we'll do a Wizardel. I don't feel like having to... we want to be able to complete the run the first time, for sure. And not have any weird snags and hiccups. We'll do... actually, we'll take Reed. Don't want another healer? I don't know. We'll do... Alright, that should work.
Shall wield candle and blade to win victories in your name.
And I actually think this will probably be easier than it was the first time I did it, because the first time I did this, it was eight levels. There was the 2 extra things. Like, in theory, this should be easier, and also my account is stronger in a way. I am shocked that this was...
Okay, serious face.
I'm starting with, but okay. Put a Mudrock there. Sure. What does this thing do? Grants a barrier with 100% of their max and increases their block by 2. Now, I'm curious, is that like permanent? I don't even know. This is what we gonna do. We are gonna do that. Part of me is tempted to just like put like a mud rock here. Normally I just use like the one blocker method, but this is a floor one. I can get away with a lot. And this setup does let me do like some more interesting things here. I mean, that'd be overkill.
Wow, looks awfully dangerous. You call me out for this?
I probably don't even need to do anything else.
Che posto meraviglioso. Perlomeno prova a scalfirmi il soprabito.
Headed into the thick of it. So you wrapped your brain. Poor little guy. It's your unlucky day. In position. Don't come any closer.
Kind of want to test this, but I don't have I don't have a spot to do it.
Precious samples. Please don't get mad. The revenant's that poor little guy. It's your unlucky day. Do you like my nails? Guess what I
Well,
used to
the
paint them.
first 5 stages are probably going to be super easy. Even on hard mode, the first 5 stages are generally not what hangs you up. I am like remembering exactly what I did on these. It's weird having this. It's not. It's I guess nostalgia in a way, but. I actually need to change my squad a bit for this. I pretty much don't need any of the... I need, like,
The way seems kind of rough.
vanguards?
Careful,
Really?
you wanna try?
Come on.
Okay, annoying people, annoying business. Let's deal with them ASAP.
Fa bel tempo oggi.
Hiya! What animosity?
Letale è la danza della dama elegante. Di rosso si tinge il fiore sottostante.
Trash the mission briefing. I know what you want.
Thus I speak.
I mean, this isn't really gonna matter, but...
Tanti perché tanta fretta? La strada per l'inferno è già abbastanza trafficata.
Please, trust in me.
Oh, shit, that was not the... Oh, my God. That was not the right spot. I wanted to replace her.
Like water.
Whatever.
I'm headed into the thick of it.
Dovrei fare molto di meglio.
Non serve trattenersi.
敵が現れました。投稿を逃すことはできませんか？
Roger, Wilco.
My spear and I hail from Victoria. Tactics sharpen the mind.
Oh, flowing magma. Please, slow your steps.
Oh, I can just do that.
Ho capito subito chi sei. Spring breeze, timely rain. This is no arena. No scars will be remembered or blessed by Rosen. Schlichte Kleingeister.
敵が現れました。投稿を逃すことはできませんか？
I wish.
よくだね。岩をよ。立ち上がる。
I weigh less, but tying your legs together won't make you fly.
連綿たる山々となれ。
Viviana kills stuff so quickly. It's like dumb how quickly she kills stuff. It is really dependent on their res, but yeah. That's why I like using Viviana and just combining her with the debuffer. It's crazy because I remember these stages, but like in a weird way. Like, how to explain? I see the stage and I have a memory of that stage. I'm trying to remember if I need casters. I think I need to recruit casters. My memory sucks for the missions. I mean, I'll see it again, but I do generally try to go out of my way to complete them because the only thing I need is the first clear rewards for the data blocks. I don't need the upgrade materials at all. I have like, I get way too many of them. I just need the data blocks and the missions, the materials.
Ah, ecco la parata.
Easy peasy.
I'm listening.
Wanna candy?
I wish that when you replaced her, it gave you the
Beg you coalesce.
the same thing as when you retreat her. You do not get her retreat bonus if you replace her. You actually have to retreat her, which then wastes your Vanguard thing. But I don't think invisible enemies are an issue here.
I'm headed into the thick of it. Nakasero! In position, requesting permission to fire.
This is no arena.
Let animosity be gone with the flow.
Do I don't see another... There we go. That's what I wanted. I can do this now.
Your lives are mine to rule. Volcanic soot contains lots of original.
Blessed by Rosen. Schlichte Kleingeister.
What makes a Virtuosa good in Triple S is that she has that permanent, like the little brief stuns that she does. Like they slow people down, and that it's true AOE, and it's 24/7 all the time. It
Hostile sighted. Over.
what does this do? Oh, but guys can attack this, can't they? I remember this thing now.
Wow, looks awfully dangerous.
Let time rest upon this unlit night.
Roger, Wilco.
Fa bel tempo oggi.
Forward!
Senjo, それは変わった
Who says there's always a countdown?
奏でます夕日へこの音色を捧げましょう
That's like not bad either if you use a healer on the side instead.
I got this. Focus elsewhere.
Does that go far enough? It does go far enough.
Engaging. Go.
For them, the bell tolls.
Oh, yeah, we're out of... Oh, that's pretty funny too. But we won't need it. Actually, we can do this.
Yeah, you'll hear from me as needed.
Dags att välja vårt byte.
I'll do my best.
Hai le armi a portata di mano. Perché? Ottima decisione. Guarda, che dovrei fare? Ho capito subito chi sei.
What's her attack at right now?
Ha cominciato e già si fa baldoria.
Dovrei fare まだ心の扉を開きたくないの
Surely these guys have a chance.
They only you stepped into my domain.
Sei in grado?
Mission accomplished. Good, good. I had no idea you were so clever and learned. I was going to ask you help me make my atang, but with such a good head on your shoulders, I'm feeling a little bad now.
I don't remember what this actually does at all. These descriptions are like complicated and funky, but it really shouldn't matter which I pick.
The way seems kind of rough. Careful, you don't want to trip.
I remember this too,
Easy peasy.
but it's like I'm trying to...
Forward.
I actually probably should have just... Oh, that was dumb. I should have put someone there first. But it's fine. I plan on replacing her pretty quickly.
自分のための戦いを
I just wanted to have something that wasn't a healing upgrade in this spot first.
Discipline strengthens the will.
Ready with the
God damn. That guy was freaking tanky.
Non serve per te.
私の声に応え
Guarda, che dovrei fare?
Ho capito subito chi sei
And then we want to have someone there.
If it gets risky. Annoying people, annoying business. Let's deal with them ASAP.
Arch unit charging
Revenant's battle is so focused on the ground. But have you forgotten to look above?
Combatto non solo per difendere i principi della legge, ma anche il senso di equità e decenza che esistono al di là della storia.
This is my last suggestion.
I got this. Focus elsewhere. Stay on the right behind you.
いつでもいけるぜ。
果てない声の重なりで生まれるシンフォニー Headed into the thick of it. Roger, Wilco.
Program initializing.
I might need to put a sniper stack here.
Dags att välja vårt mål.
Magma was dredge up originally. Don't come any closer. Relax.
For them, the bell tolls.
Roger, Wilco.
Che posto meraviglioso. Ottima decisione.
Soul, the fairy of the
Owned. What's this do? So when this thing is in the waiting zone? Well, I guess it does.
E dai, solo un altro po'. C'eri quasi.
KOB is awesome in Triple S
My domain.
because this thing increases their armor, which helps scale her damage. So KOB actually gets more and more powerful in comparison to
Limit
other
the enemy's
casters
choices,
as
forcing
enemies
them
get
into
stronger.
unwitting traps. A familiar style.
It doesn't completely deal with stat bloat, but it does. Her
You
scaling
really don't
scales with
remember
stat
anything?
bloat.
Sooner or later, you'll have to face yourself. So think carefully. Bear in mind, this time, I'm ready to correct your mistakes.
No, we need at least 2 blockers. Oh, we got a Lapland.
Ah,
I was hoping for another Vanguard.
I'm listening.
You lot stay up there if it gets risky.
I know what I will sink your corpse into shadow. No one will find it.
Got my bolts, and that's as far as you go.
Thus I speak.
Actually, I want to do it like this.
獲物を見つけました現に一瞬
I will sink your corpse into shadow. No one will find it.
I'll do my best. Got my bolt, and that's as far as you go. 福音が指先に集まる
Option 1 is like this, but then I can't place like a Ifrit or a Ray here. Option 2 is like that, which sometimes leaves this unguarded, but I don't think I actually need someone there.
Target marked.
I know what better
Perfect.
Spring breeze, timely rain. Now we sow.
Siete voi i nostri avversari. Per favore, fate del vostro meglio. Non voglio annoiarvi. Good timing.
And just to make sure I have sufficient healing. Actually, we'll start with someone with more damage, since we did put 2 stacks, two attack speed stacks.
Guarda, ti stai aspettando? Sta per calare il sipario!
Moonlight barely laid upon the rosy Takea, yet you've witnessed the entirety of autumn.
In position.
My speed and I hail.
Leaf, this is my last suggestion. I lose less time rest on the sunlit night.
That's a little annoying. Oh, there we go. Can heal him back now.
Ti stai aspettando? Sta per calare il sipario!
I list why obsess over rhymes. Flesh and bones are weeds. Mounds and ruins bloom fields.
Morning star, the illumination of wisdom.
Get away from me, please!
Not too bad.
友人たちが祝福を囁いている。私たちの勝利だ、ドクター。
And the boss. I remember this guy. So as I recall, you really just want to, like, fight him here. I don't actually remember what the hell I normally would bring for this. Hodor would be funny. We're gonna do a Marseille. Let's see if I do this on the first try.
Ragazzi, probabilmente dopo non ricorderò neppure le vostre facce. Iniziamo. Fa bel tempo oggi. Letale è la danza della dama elegante. Di rosso si tinge il fiore sottostante.
福音が指先に集まる。私たちならできます。はい。弓を引いて狙いをさ。
Perché tanta fretta? La strada per l'inferno è già abbastanza trafficata.
The Revenant's battling again. Poor little guy. It's your unlucky day.
Letale è la danza della dama elegante. Di rosso si tinge il fiore sottostante. My speed and I hail from Victoria.
It's time to make an example. Let's see what happens when they break the rules.
Tantine, letale è la danza della dama elegante. Di rosso si tinge il fiore sottostante.
I think we actually still want that there.
Sharpen the mind.
I'm headed into the thick of it. This is the battlefield. Requesting permission to fire. And that's as far as you go.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's actually going to be a problem.
I shall protect you.
If you'll really, I plant you into the soil to grow anew.
Point where and that's as far as you go.
Yeah, Ray didn't exist the first time I did this. It feels a little cheap. But you know what? It still feels good. What does this even do? Cannot block enemies? Oh, this is her... I keep forgetting. I really want to do that, but I need... Ooh.
Leaf. This is my nest.
That's actually pretty ideal.
Why obsess over rhymes? Poet flesh and bone bear weeds.
Good timing. Stay calm and make your move.
This will be interesting.
I listen to this past. I live less as a
She's gonna completely annihilate anything. I need her module upgrade so bad. Bro. He's stunnable. Dude, he's got no shot.
Rest upon this unlit night.
Alright, that's actually funny.
You will not come to harm.
Ti stai aspettando?
I plant you into the soil to grow anew.
Well. Oh, that's actually really smart
Focus
too.
elsewhere.
Although I do realize now that I have no revealing invisible enemies here.
They only remember me. Meet your death.
That's pretty spicy though. Dude, friggin' turbocharge Marcel.
Calare il sipario.
They only follow me into the shadows.
Take flight.
Dip, duck, dodge, dive, dodge. Is he invincible? Like if I...
Ti stai aspettando?
Yeah, he's invincible.
Sta per calare il
Boo.
sipario.
Hey, he's not invincible now.
Your mind are mine to protect.
No one knows. Follow me
That's so
into the
good.
shadows.
Destroyed. Just utterly destroyed.
Mission accomplished.
共にあればどんな落差や未知にも揺らぐことはないわ。
and 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this gets me Viviana's L3 module. That took longer than I thought.
ドクター、昨日はよく眠れた？もしも夢聞いて、この廊下を吹き抜ける風を。
Let me see where we're at with this. Yeah.
この声があるのよ。
Want to swap people.
あなたはどうかしら？
What even does Marcial's module cost? I have no idea.
昨日はよく眠
I'm
れ
sorry, I
た？
keep saying Marcial.
もし
Viviana.
も夢見が悪いようなら、
Because I really want to
枕の中に
test her
ナイ
level
トメアの
3
メイク確かめて
upgrade.
みて。私
Oh, I
た
need
ち
money
迷
too.
宮ではそうしてたから。
I need 2 of these. Oh man. Probably have someone who's not fully drained. That should be all of it. Just the money. There is money. Thorn's event. Give me some of this scratch. And that should do it, right? That should get me her level 3. Ooh. Alright, it's time to burn things. It is time to burn things. It is time to test her out once again. I'll remember to bring the extra healer this time.
To the battlefield, are we not?
Let's see how this goes. Yeah. Yep.
行きましょう。
What pain. Moonlight barely laid upon the brazy patea, yet you've witnessed the entirety of autumn.
じゃあこの宴会の歌に耳を傾けて。
ええ、こっち向け。
Your lives are mine.
Benevolence shall save lives. My weapon chooses its worthy wielder.
We'll do it that way.
Discipline strengthens the will.
ここですね。任せて。怖がらないで、同胞たち。すぐに着くから。
My weapon chooses its worthy wielder. I live a lapse, but tying your legs together won't make you fly. Orders, please. A warrior must be ready to face death on the battlefield.
Your life is mine to protect.
I list left ties endless burn. You need me back. My weapon chooses its
So it
worthy
should activate the burn. And then his res should drop. Yeah. Once his res drops, she shreds. And now she's gonna have to tank him for some hits. And then maybe one more hit. There it is. And now he's just gonna get his face melted like ridiculously fast. Dude, Viviana deals so much damage, it's not even funny. The only issue is just that initial wave of res. So she'll be... I mean, Reed is sort of a stopgap pairing until there's a really solid source of burn in like caster form. Because even if they're like Viviana, or not, if they're like Virtuosa, where their primary thing is dealing elemental damage, but not really raw DPS, if you paired like the burn equivalent of Virtuosa with Viviana, dude, that would be insane. We just need to get something that's like that. And I don't think there's anything like that. Like, I know there's some operators, some casters that deal burn damage, but I don't know if we have like a super reliable source. And Viviana's is very centric on her own damage, and the issue is she can just end up dealing so much of it. So using Viviana to debuff res is not particularly effective just because of how much damage she deals. So she's either not going to deal enough to proc the burn, or she's going to deal so much that burn's irrelevant. However, that burn damage does become relevant on anything that has, like a boss that has a lot of hit points, but not necessarily super high res, which not every boss has super high res. They all have pretty high res, but not super high res. And it'll also be relevant when you are combining sources of elemental buildup or making that elemental damage build up faster, because once that procs, then Viviana's damage will just pop off completely to absurd levels. But that was always the case. My issue with people thinking that this module suddenly makes her good is that it changes so little about her kit. It's like, how to put it? People they didn't even try and make her work. The examples I saw and the complaints I saw, it was people blatantly using her in a way that didn't make any sense and then complaining that she was bad. And it's like, it would be like if you're using Mountain in a level with nothing but drones and then complaining that like he's useless. It was like that level of stupid. And it's like, this isn't what you use arts guards for. Like, just because people, when it came to 6 stars, were used to how Surtur's used. But that Surtur was popular because she isn't used like arts guards at all. She's basically not an arts guard. Surtur is effectively like Texas Alter before Texas Alter, and trading like invulnerability for fast redeploy, like a different form of survival. Because being able to redeploy quickly is, in a way, it's comparable to an operator with survivability, like how Spectre has her limited invulnerability, or Surtur, because then they have a long redeployment. Texas, okay, she might get killed or whatnot, but it's, you only have that 18 seconds. She's back, pretty quick. So that's kind of fast redeploys in a way, kind of have built-in survivability because the penalty for their death is so substantially reduced compared to any other operator. So Surtur just didn't play like an arts guard. You had Mouse, Amiya, Vivia came after her, but if you look at the way you would play a Mouse, or play even Astasia for the brief time people used her, because I remember there was once upon a time Astasia was considered, I don't want to say mandatory, but useful enough to where people kind of commonly built her. They didn't necessarily invest heavily, but before the high defense meta that Surtur eschewed in by creating an operator that had their damage type and a counter to things that were strong against their damage type all in one operator, which I think was a mistake. if I could take away Resignor and armor penetration from every operator, but trade it for every operator being weak against either physical or arts, and not having the de facto being reasonably strong against both all the time, I would take that in a heartbeat. I mean, people kind of consider physical damage only matters if you deal more than, 2k is like a bare minimum for a DPS, but people really want 3-4k attack out of a physical attacker. So you got like Ray, Hoder, Ulpianus, Typhon, Wizardel, characters like that just can hit absurdly high attack values and or ignore armor. NTR also. Or the alternative is arts units, but they also have to ignore resistance. So Surtur, Texas Altar, Golden Glow, core casters with their modules. So KOB has 10 Resignor, which was game changing for her. Eofiala. Honestly, Lapland is a bit of an exception in that she doesn't have Resignor built into her kit. So yeah, but people so often consider that absolutely requisite, and it shouldn't be. It really should. That should have never been a thing that they did. But it is what it is. Alright, I need... What do I need? I don't actually want to spend it on them without the Chimera Squad in there. I need... Am I going to do that other triple S, or am I going to do IS5? Snipers. It was snipers. I was thinking casters and guards. Oh, that's right, it's guards. Snipers and guards. Snipers and guards. Lets me keep this squad. That's interesting. I mean, sure, why not? Normally, I have to completely redo this. And I have no idea how I don't have a medal for this, because I remember doing it. I don't have any medal for it. Is kind of crazy. You know what? Maybe it's that this might be when they had the different number of levels. Maybe it has a different medal now. That the number of levels you have to complete is changed. I have no idea. It's throwing me off because I'm pretty sure this was still old enough for me to have been doing, the hard modes and everything. The no fail clears in the hard modes. I mean, I was even doing no fail clears on the hard modes.
Keep a safe distance from the lava and give regular status reports. Yeah, you'll hear from me as needed. Easy peasy. Want a candy? Let animosity be gone.
Wait, maybe this is new.
Sono tutta orecchie.
I thought this was old, but maybe this isn't old. Maybe this is... Maybe this is actually new.
Sono tutta letale è la danza della dama elegante. Di rosso si tinge il fiore sottostante.
Daichi koso no Nagatomo.
These guys are annoying. Stupid annoying guy.
I'm listening.
This is no
At least want a few stacks there.
Focus elsewhere.
Spring breeze, timely rain. Now we sow the grain. Good timing.
They only you stepped into my domain.
What's in it? Nature should not be disturbed. Looks awfully dangerous. You call me out for this? So you wrapped your always so focused on the ground. But have you forgotten to look above?
Arch unit charging.
I wasn't supposed to act, but...
My speed and I hail.
Headed into the thick of it.
Lo che dovrei fare?
Ho capito subito chi sei.
Good timing. What in is it out of my home?
That's right. Thwacked. Thwacked him.
Li ho fatti a fettine come una millefoglie. Come ti è sembrata?
I need these. Snipers and guards. There's guards. Oh, come on, at least give me guards I can use. I can use swords. I hope I can use swords.
Il
Yeah,
mio
it's
udito
fine.
superiore. Quando mi fermo,
Oof.
fermatevi anche voi. Che posto meraviglioso. Let's go! Sono tutta perché tanta fretta? La strada per l'inferno è già abbastanza trafficata.
果てない声の重なりで生まれるシンフォニー。
I guess it doesn't matter too much.
Tanti negoziati. E sono tutte perlomeno provo a scalfirmi il soprabito.
Headed into the thick of it.
Dovrei fare molto di meglio. I'm all stock target spotted.
How do I actually want to handle this?
Easy peasy. Requesting permission to fire. Hiya. Take like water.
Please. Dovrei fare molto di meglio.
I'm prepared your lives. Now ignite.
This is no arena. No scars will be remembered or what.
No one can see me.
I'm prepared to fight.
And attack speed. That should be enough.
Volcanic soot contains lava. Now's not the time for hellos. Itadakimasu!
We'll do it this way.
Wow, looks awfully dangerous. You call me out for this? So you wrapped your poor little...
Right behind you.
Mission accomplished.
Easy.
To drive them away with fire is easily done. But If we're to ensure they'll never come back to hurt us, then a fire is not enough.
I still can't tell if these are familiar or not. She's not built at all. Oh, come on. Guards and... Alright. Why do they keep giving me Cutter?
Picked out your bait yet? I will sink your corpse into shadow. No one will find it.
No, we actually want... I want someone that does arts damage.
Like the water.
I know what truth can't hide your fear.
I don't remember these sheeps. I feel like this is new, but I'm not sure. I have like uncertainty if I've done this before or not. It's freaking me out.
Like the water. I will sink your corpse into shadow. No one will find it.
Leaf. This is my last suggestion.
Actually, we will do it like this, and then like this.
Lines are mine to
Why obsess over rhymes? Poetry is woven with the thread of ideas.
I'm prepared. I'm Dublin.
Want a candy? Now's not the time for hellos.
We will do that.
Che posto meraviglioso. Perlomeno prova a scalfirmi il soprabito.
With all of you behind me, I won't take a single step back. Roger welcome requesting permission. 星々と共に歌いましょう。
Good timing.
What do you need?
Get out of my home.
Doctor-san, 待っててください。
That's right. I'll get your elemental damage triggered.
Trash the mission briefing. I know what you want.
What? You've got time to take in the sights?
Stay calm. Cowards break the silence first. So you wrapped your... Who says there's always a countdown?
boring. There's no fluking between success.
Yeah, that's
and
actually
failure.
not very ideal.
Yeah, you're here for me as needed. 耳の星々と共に歌いましょう。Roger, Wilco. Roger, Wilco.
You can stack another tank there.
My speed and I hail.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter.
ドクターさん、私うまくやれてましたか？
Hmm.
足は引っ張ってませんでしたか？本当ですか？よかった。
Okay.
Which insect
Oh,
has fallen
boy.
into my trap? Picked out your bait yet? You can't hide your fear.
Hostile sighted. Over.
I'm all stuck clear. Che posto meraviglioso. Letale è la danza della dama elegante. Di rosso si tinge il fiore sottostante.
Dags att välja vårt byte. Volcanic soot contains lots of originium. Non serve trattenersi. Una volta svelato un segreto, non servirebbe nascondere.
Lo spettacolo che dovrei fare? Ho capito, perlomeno provo a scattirmi il sopraccio. Sono tutta orecchie. Parla.
Oh, flowing magma. Please, know yourself. Roger, well, don't come any closer.
Where's my Ascalon at? I really want to put Ascalon there.
You lot stay up there if it gets risky. Point where I'm hearing movement.
Spring breeze, timely rain. Now we sow the grain. If you'll sow the mountains when summer leaves the white dew, seed the plains when equinox paints russet hue.
Che dovrei fare?
Ho capito subito chi sei. But my boat connects as far as you go.
This is no arena. No stars will be remembered or water.
That's better, I think. In a weird way.
When summer leaves the white left, time rest upon this unlit night.
聞こえてるよ。はいよ。But my boat connects as far as you go.
There we go. These things just have huge hit point pools, So the regen is like way too much because it's percent based. And they don't have enough defense for her thing to pop off and really like
If you'll
cook.
go the mountains when summer leaves.
Ti stai aspettando? Sta per calare il sipario!
I need.
Why obsess over rhymes? Poetry is woven with the thread of ideas. Got my boat thread at my position. Yeah, nodded.
If you'll I plant you into the soil to grow anew.
I might leak a few, but that's fine.
Crash the mission briefing. I know what you want. The Revenant's back. I wasn't always so focused on the
No, looks like I'm not gonna leak any.
left hand rest on the sunlit light.
Ti stai aspettando? Sta per calare il sipario!
Forward!
No one can see me. They only meet your death.
The Revenant's back. Always so focused on the ground. But have you forgotten to look above?
All right. A bit grindy, but
Good.
those enemies
I
didn't
had no
exist
idea
some
you
years
were
ago,
clever
so
and learned. I
it's
was going to ask you
definitely
how to make
this
my
is
outcome,
definitely new.
But with such a good head on
Which
your
means I'm not gonna
shoulders,
know the
I'm
boss.
feeling a little bad now.
What is with these shitty guard picks? I mean, Cutter's like good, but not one of my most used guards, and I literally never use Frostleaf. That's crazy. They are not sending their best. Oh, man.
ETA 6 miles.
Let's go!
I'm listening. Better watch your step.
This is like not ideal, but this is what I'm gonna do.
Let's not stay too long.
Ready to go! Watch for the blast!
Don't keep better watch your step.
Because I need... You know what, fuck it. I was gonna put a supporter here, but I don't have a supporter.
So you wrapped your always so focused on the ground. But have you forgotten to look above?
I'm all stocked up.
Good timing. What inner cowards break the silence first? Roger will requesting permission of fire.
And that's actually what I was looking for.
無数の心が交わるハーモニー。
That probably doesn't matter, to be honest.
What? You've got time to take in the sights?
I'll do my best.
戦場それは変わらないもの。
耳を星々と共に歌いましょう。Stay quiet out of my home. I'm sorry. Stay back.
Sei in grado?
I've got a clear shot.
Hai le armi a portata di mano. Perché aspettare? My speed and I hail from Victoria.
Benevolence shall save lives. This is no arena. No skies will be remembered or rewarded.
Mettimi alla prova! Lo spettacolo non delude.
Next time, 夕日にこの音色を捧げましょう。
Oh, shoot! I missed that.
Your minds are mine to protect. Mission accomplished.
I was thinking that as soon as
Trying to escape after
she
I
got
leave you
killed
to
that I
see?
would just replace
Don't
her,
be silly.
but I missed the I missed the downtime. I don't like this. Actually, this isn't so bad because it curls around this way. This is a boss stage though, isn't it? What the hell does this thing do? Okay, that actually seems kind of straightforward. Alright, I need guards. Hopefully this doesn't fuck me over because those guards are not optimal, but I can use them as stacks for Ascalon.
帰ってきたらごちそうあるかな。
Please, trust in me.
敵が現れました。投稿を促すことはできませんか？
Damn.
Okay, serious face.
I'm prepared to fight.
That did not go as I planned.
Bravery shall overcome evil. Want a candy? Let animosity be gone with the flow.
Let's go!
Bravery shall overcome evil.
Clear!
Tactics sharpen the
I
knife.
could really use a healer. Like a lot. Oh, come on. Please?
Now's not the time for hellos.
Jesus Christ. There we go. I'm actually gonna start with that as
Breeze,
healing.
Timely rain. Now we sow the grain.
And how am I gonna do this? I guess like that for now.
Don't. You can't hide your
Oof. Jesus Christ.
I wasn't supposed. I plunged you into this order spot.
One-shotted, man.
With all of you behind me.
Stay clear of the blast!
Roger, welcome. Drawing the feed on the target.
Alright, first things first.
Target marked.
And then that lets me do that.
後悔の余地はありません。振る思い切りお互いを感じましょう。Initiation complete.
逃がしはしません。
Activating arch unit. 震え上がる。
真の勇敢さを前に。
No one can see.
Jesus Christ, they're all just getting one-shotted.
No one meet me. Meet your death.
How much damage is this thing fucking putting out?
Good timing. 悪くない眺めだ。我接那种 opportunity to shadow. 終わったら何食べようかな。Roger, welcome. Drawing the feed on the target.
No one meet me. Meet your death.
This is no arena. No scars with less. The playing cowards break the silence first.
Non serve trattenersi. Initiating healing process.
Ti stai aspettando? Sta per calare il sipario!
I wait for that belated serenity.
Take them out fast!
Right behind you.
君たちには何の恨みもないけど、生きるとは
God damn it.
Fa bel tempo. Perché tanto freddo? La strada per l'inferno è già abbastanza trafficata.
This is a problem.
Awfully dangerous. You call me out now, wait in line. We've got plenty for everyone.
Lo spettro non deludetemi stanotte, amici miei!
Let's take them all out.
Volcanic soot contains lots of originium particles. Let's not stay too long. This time, we can make up for the missing data in the lab.
I only do what I need to.
Ottima decisione.
Ashes from volcanoes. They can soothe and erase, then nourish and propagate.
Meet me. Meet your death.
You lot stay up there if it gets risky. Points were thread at my position. Yeah, not anymore soon.
Guarda, che dovrei fare? Ho capito subito chi sei.
無数の心が交わるハーモニー。Put my boat and nets as far as you go. 夕日にこの音色を捧げましょう。
They almost follow me into the shadows.
For the love of Jesus, die.
Lee, this is my last suggestion. Put my boat.
My mouse is like getting lost in this chaos.
Rest upon this unlit night. I'll do my best.
Guarda, che dovrei fare? Ho capito subito chi sei.
Put my boat thread at my position. Yeah, not anymore soon.
No one might find you.
Blessed by Segosi. Schlichter Feuergeister.
This thing says it can be attacked.
Your mind, a mind. Points where I'm hearing movement.
Am I like doing this stage wrong?
I'm prepared and double. I listen less. That's how you relate.
Non deludetemi stanotte, amici miei!
Put my boat and nets as far as you go.
Yeah, apparently I need to attack this thing.
Points where I'm thread at my position. Yeah, not anymore soon. I list let time rest upon this unlit night. I'm done rambling in the dark. I'm prepared to be enough to firelight. いい天気だね. But my boat's kitted. I list why upset.
That's not gonna do anything. This is gonna take forever.
I'm prepared and doubling. With all of you behind me.
Oh god damn it, she died.
In position, drawing a bead on the
I didn't think there was any danger of that happening. I think I'm gonna lose just because of that. Now it's just a race of retardation because I didn't understand the mechanic. Man, that's annoying. Come on, slow her down. Oh! How are you not slowed?
I'm Perpetua's endless burn. You needn't fear.
It's over. Well, that blows the secret medal. Oh my fucking god. That's so annoying. So annoying. Oh, it does say that it does a shitload of damage, though. Oh, God. I should have deployed Jessica here because Viviana, what the damage doesn't matter. It made the barrier that absorbs physical and arts damage sounds like the barrier runs out. Like, it sounds like it just makes the enemy tanky. It does not sound like literally immune to all damage. And that's what the enemy became. Like, this boss just becomes completely 100% immune to all damage until you attack that, like, weird... the gramophone, like, doesn't even properly describe whatever the fuck it looks like. That's whatever. That's dumb. That's dumb and frustrating, and I don't want to do it again right now. I know how to beat it, but it's frustrating that I have to do the whole goddamn thing over again if I want the secret medal. But I did get Viviana's module. That's what I actually cared about. I'm not even going to play that again because I'm going to have to play the whole thing again anyways to get the thing, to get the secret medal. And on top of that, I'm going to I have the missions as well. So these missions, and then I still have to use the special stage thing to beat it. So, but this stuff I think can be done on any these can be done on anyone. I don't have to do it on that specific set of stages. I can do it on the easiest ones just for completing the mission, because this is just going to be grinding out shit to meet these criteria, and I'm not going to want to do that on the harder, the 2 SSS stages if all I care about is getting the mats once I complete them. And I really wish that these... I don't like having to do extra bullshit to unlock these, but it is what it is. It forces me to play SS a little more than I typically would. Actually, you know what? That's not true. I would probably play SSS more if the rewards were easier to get, because I do think there's interesting things you can experiment with. But I have no idea why... Can I see the boss? Hold on. Come on. I have no idea why Mostima's slow didn't work on him. Her global slow, he should have been moving. I mean, like, it doesn't say he's immune to slow anywhere. Right? Am I on crack? And it doesn't, like, show... Here's the issue. It doesn't show what the pedestal does in this description. So, like, defeating this boss is not written at all, like, how to properly do it. I only saw it because I clicked on the damn thing that it left behind and read the skill. This SSS shitty game design. And it's not... because the boss is hard or anything like that. It's shitty design because there's no... Unless you look up a guide or you happen upon it, there's nothing to intuit how to fight this boss. It should all be in the UI. Like, I'm even a critic of the fact that I think they should just put like the actual stats in here and not do this bullshit. Anytime you have to go to an outside resource to see what something is or how something works, that's like not good design. I don't like that you can just look up what these numbers are, and all of the, you know, we'll say best players, they look up and pre-formulate strategies for everything. I avoid that because I like to have an improvisational approach to the game and kind of figure things out. Even though I understand it's learning things the hard way, I think you learn things better that way. Like, you internalize and understand the mechanics better when you just kind of figure it out with yourself with a discerning eye. You learn how to have a discerning eye. But I don't like when I am figuring something out and the way to figure it out requires trial and error because I couldn't formulate a strategy based on the tools they gave me up front. To me, that's bullshit. So the fact that I read this and in no way does this describe that this boss is going to be literally invulnerable and you have to attack that gramophone that stays on the pedestal. Like, that's the thing you have to attack, and this guy just kind of is, I can't say untankable. He's definitely tankable, but otherwise immune to damage. Like, there might be something that cuts through the barrier. I don't know. I didn't test, like, elemental damage that much or true damage. But in general, those are options that you aren't necessarily guaranteed to have regardless. And they clearly designed it to where you attack the gramophone specifically. And standing on those squares did nothing. That was just, I don't know. I guess standing on them activates the boss initially, and the higher the danger level goes, the harder he becomes to kill, is my guess. Like, maybe he takes damage if you activate him sooner, but I got shitty RNG because I didn't take a bunch of healers because I was trying to do the fucking missions. But that's the other thing. I don't like having to just like grind out, because the thing you can do, you can forget about those missions and just play like the first 3 stages or something and take whoever you want and complete most of them. Anything that doesn't require you to complete a whole run, you can cheese that way. But it just feels like a waste of time to have to go through that effort to grind out that to get the materials versus just being able to do it in like 1 or 2 runs. I really think you should be able to complete all of the missions if you were to beat each of these 2 times all the way through. And yeah, I don't like when they do bullshit like this. Because again, I don't think, now that I know how this boss works, I don't think that it's that hard. I dislike the lack of information for what to actually do for it. Anyways, I am going to, well, call it here on stream because the rest of it's just going to be like farming.
Engineering's doing a good job.
And I am going to somewhat hope that, I mean, I doubt that anything's going to be complete in here yet. Oh, we're getting close. How much time is left on this? So this is the last thing left for them to show. I still can't see how much time is left on these. I used to be able to see like the time ticking down. And the new GUI and new base doesn't let me see that. That's a little annoying. But I do like that they added in the locks. This was a huge complaint of mine before. And was there something else they modified in here that I like? I mean, I definitely don't mind this, even though these are pretty gimmicky. Like, this isn't some major feature addition, but it does make the trust grind just a little bit easier, because that's what these are. These are just additional. It's like adding stuff here. It's like if they expanded this. It allows you to give people passive dorm bonuses, an additional 3 operators. just for faster trust gains. So I'll take it. I still wish that they, I don't know, that they made the base maybe do more. Like, if I were to add a feature to the base, it would be, I would really like if Arknights had a mode that really was like truly infinite content. And I think that Metal Gear Solid 5 had a clever solution, which was the FOBs. And I think that there should be a mode where you get a bunch of facilities in your base that allow you to build stuff that you can use in the game that is like consumable items. Like, I think it would be cool if you had like a consumable item slot, similar to how you have a like you can borrow operators. And if you use a consumable item, maybe your autos, maybe you can't auto the stage, because I would imagine that consumables would be consumable and thus you could run out of them. And if you used it in an auto, then it would break the auto if you didn't have any. So maybe using consumable items in normal stages has the same kind of drawback as borrowing someone's operator. But if there was a consumable items that allowed you to do like buffs or effects or whatnot on operators, like you might have one that does a heal for like, 20 seconds. You might have one that buffs attack or increases res. They have like the consumable items in Reclamation Algorithm, and even to a certain degree integrated strategies. But it would be cool if your base could produce them, and that the way you got materials for that was in like a pseudo PvP mode, where it's you have whatever squad of operators you bring, and you would go against not other players' operators. It wouldn't be like a real-time versus, but you could like build a stage, like there would be a map, and you would be able to like have access to different tile sets and different things that you could place on it. There would have to be some rules in order for you to be able to make something that makes sense. And if you could put like your own enemies, like if you could determine what enemies would be on it, and the game would basically have pools like points. So different enemies would be worth different amounts of points, and you could put them in pools that determine the waves that they come out in. And so if players could create their own maps, which represented attacking someone's base, and they could determine what pool they were using for various enemies, and it would be cool if the enemies you had to unlock by doing stuff. So maybe you had to clear certain stages in certain ways, meeting certain criteria to unlock some enemy that you could use in one of these pools, and then maybe some of them could even be special rewards from like within the mode or whatever, accomplishing who knows what. But basically copy the idea of the FOBs from Metal Gear Solid 5. So you have your base, which never really depreciates in efficiency, but you gain some special bonuses for participating in this extra mode that is open to players invading and attacking. And another thing that would be cool is if you had consumables that like maybe they would enhance your base too. Like maybe there'd be a consumable that instantly recharged the morale of an operator, or one that would make your factory like 20% more efficient for a day or something like that, But like I said, if you could build like a bunch of new facilities in here that allowed you to construct those, and they could even put operators in them in order to build them in the same way that you have like the factories. And if they did that and it consumed morale, you'd probably also need to add another dormitory. But I think that if they added that would be like, they could just take the base out of beta and be like, the base is done. We've added a layer of interaction for the base that's meaningful now, with its own like combat mode in a way. And it'd be cool as well if like, I don't know, if you could like see the land ship drive around and stuff like that in that mode. I just think this is the closest thing to seeing the land ship in game you can do, but it's kind of like abstract. And I don't even know how you get that visual in there. I just think that would be a cool thing to do. But I think that would be the best way to introduce PvP to this game, to where it's really PvE, but the E is created by players. And I also think it would be cool to reward players not just for completing attacking other players' quote unquote bases, but also if your base successfully defends. I think you should be able to earn a certain amount of points based on how difficult your base is to overcome. So for instance, you might get special points for each enemy that you have in your that you spawn in that leaks, and maybe also if you defeat any of their operators, or if they completely fail the stage, then you would just like max out the rewards or something for the day. But yeah, I think that would be a cool thing. And if all of the rewards for that, if none of them were otherwise interactable in the game, that'd be fine. But that would be something that I think would be dope. But one can only dream of the idea that there would be infinite, like proper infinite content. The closest thing to that we got was integrated strategies, but the randomness in integrated strategies isn't really the way that I would like, because I like randomness that is... I like when RNG contributes to the unexpected, but doesn't make whether or not your success is possible or not, it doesn't threaten that. And there's some elements in IS2 that definitely feel like bullshit. They definitely are like run-ending RNG in some cases. It could, depending on difficulty level and how try-hard you are. There's a decent amount you can do in all the ISs to mitigate that. I have made my criticisms in the past about how I felt about that, with how required certain units felt to have if you wanted to have the least amount of RNG in success. I kind of wish that type of stuff was kind of minimized, and that the RNG was more around, you know, as long as you have a squad that makes sense. So not necessarily a specific operator like IS3 with Texas Alter or IS4 with Typhon. Actually, there were a few options for IS4, but in the early days of IS4, it felt really mandatory to have Executor, Alter, and Typhon. But like a healer, a tank, DPS, that's what I mean by a squad that makes sense. Stages that make you have to think on the fly and adapt and overcome in real time, instead of sort of figuring out a stage and then just knowing what you need to do in various situations. I mean, that's how the vast majority of player base, that's how the vast majority of content already is. And IS2, what really made it great is, especially in the very beginning when you're playing it, assuming you haven't completely spoiled it with CN runs, just that the unknown and the variations and the RNG kind of gives you that, but it wears off. It wears off with time, and I think that it shouldn't. I think that IS2 could have been made in a way to where that wouldn't wear off, and the sort of base attack mode, if it ever existed, if there was ever something like the FOBs. I guess if there was a problem with the FOBs, it's that when you fully upgrade them, they're all kind of the same. But yeah, like if you could just make your own maps and put your own enemy pools in there and whatnot, like you would definitely have a lot closer to that infinite variation. And so each time you would attack a different player's base, it would be completely fresh in a way. And with enough thousands of players in the game, there would be enough variation out there to where you couldn't just use the one strat to rule them all. I mean, aside from using the most meta operators, but even then, I think players could be clever and you know, kind of create combinations to kind of counter that and whatnot. It would be interesting because it introduces the concept of like a arms race between what units people are using to counter the most common player strats. So as long as the enemies that you could have in your pools would be creative enough, you could make it work. You could have a way to get around everyone just using Wizardell. Like if there was a unit that, a ranged unit that attacked invisible or concealed units, if they had like a attack preference. So if there was a unit that maybe functioned a bit like the armorless Union assassins, but they had a targeting preference for concealed units specifically, you know, that even if they weren't themselves all that powerful, if they had that kind of preference, it could definitely work as like a anti-spamming W type thing, you know. So if you were clever about it, you could design units that would work around what you would assume everyone would just bring in order to completely smash the mode and give players the ability to kind of throw others off and have to constantly adapt to ever shifting meta. So yeah, I think that would be cool. I'm just gonna end up farming for the rest of my sanity and whatnot, since I don't think there's the EX stages aren't going to be open for a few more days, and I don't think this event's going to have S stages or anything like that. So farming is, I don't think, particularly compelling content, and I've been talking a lot, and it's getting later, so I would like to adopt a more relaxed pose. Anyways, I will wrap it up here and play myself off, I guess. Enjoy the music.
Soaring up above the sky so high, jet fuel burning as the terrain goes by. But Tallulah with her mischievous plans left no room for Kevin to land. He glanced down and saw the pit, a maw of laughter and a lot of hurt. His jetpack sputtering out of juice. Kevin cursed his tactical misuse. Jetpacks and holes don't mix it all. Kevin took the mighty fall. Tallulah laughed till she went red. To Kevin's surprise, he isn't dead. Out of the hole he climbed with pride, covered with dirt but still alive. Tallulah smirked and gave a grin. Kevin took one on the chin. Next time he saw her plan, an empty place for him to land. Avoiding pranks of clever wit, sticking to the sky, not the pit. Jetpacks and holes don't mix it all. Kevin took the mighty fall. Tallulah laughed till she went red. To Kevin's surprise, he isn't dead. Jetpacks and holes don't mix it all. Kevin took a mighty fall. Tallulah laughed till she went red. To Kevin's surprise, he isn't dead. Out of the hole he climbed with pride, covered with dirt but still alive. Tallulah smirked and gave a grin. Kevin took one on the chin. No place to call our fragile home. Despised by those who claim to lead. We're soldiers forged in darkened deeds. Our lives are just a toss away. A pawn in games the rich men play. We fight the battles others fear. In shadows we just disappear. Our lives are just a toss away. A pawn in games the rich men play. We fight the battles others fear. In shadows we just disappear. We are the sword 'cause no one sees. We bleed in streets on broken knees. For those who never care to know, our blood's the cost of status quo. Through smoke and fire we march ahead, to face the terrors men should dread. In silence we embrace the pain. No banner waves above the slain. Hearts of steel yet spirits torn. Our loyalty a crown of thorns. The night is ours, we claim our right. In darkness we ignite the fight. We are the sword 'cause no one sees. We bleed in streets on broken knees. For those who never care to know, our blood's the cost of status quo.
Mizuki wanders through the night with a glow that's soft and light. He's got the charm that makes you sway, and armpits that take your breath away. Walking down the neon street so bright, Mizuki stills the scene each night. Not just a gentleman with style, but soft armpits that'll make you smile. Oh, Mizuki, when you lift your arms, you bring the world under your charms. Your secret, soft and so sublime, turns every moment into the divine. An enigma wrapped in silk and lace, poisonous aura that you can't place. Effortlessly he owns the room, with armpits softer than a baby's bloom. Whispers follow wherever he roams, the softest secrets Mizuki owns. In the heart of town, where legends grow, his tender touch becomes the show. Oh, Mizuki.